What up? What's up, Rotters? You know who it is. You know what time it is. Your boy Savage, aka Sevlocchoodtales. You tune in the Sevlocchoodtales 2.0. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to the politic. Big shout out to everybody showing the channel love. Appreciate the love and support. Thank you for the interactions. Before I start this video, let me make this clear. I am no way means promoting gang life or the gang culture. I'm just telling a testimony, giving some life experiences and shining some light on the Denver Metro. And yeah, you know what it is, man. So let's get to this video. So last night, it's a Friday night. I got home kind of late. I was taking care of some things out here, but I got back to the house and, I hit the YouTube streets, the YouTube community, see what was going on. So I seen the homie Jay Millie doing a live stream last night. Big shout out to Jay Millie's live stream, man. Big shout out to everybody that was on the panel. And that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, I like to pull up to a panel, and it's not always just a big old party. It's not always just foods, just like, let's smoke, let's drink. Like, I like to really, go to a panel and be able to talk about a real subject instead of fools just doing the most and making themselves look like idiots. There was some subjects that were being talked about, and I enjoyed, you know what I'm saying, everybody's input. Shout out to everybody that was on the panels. So I came in kind of late, and I know there was a conversation. I guess somebody, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't black was using the N-word, and people were stating how they felt about it. And me being older, bro, I understand, different things because I got life experiences, and I seen different things. And I know people were passionate about what they were saying last night. So I'm gonna give you some input on how I see the situation. So when I was growing up and who I was raised around, just how we talk that lingo, that was in my vocabulary, if I'm gonna be 100, a lot. I grew up around hood foods in the projects. I grew up around, keyways, and that's what I actually, learned at an early age. We Eastsiders, food. That's how we talk. Not knowing the educational aspect behind, certain words and what means what. That was just the norm. Nobody ever gave me the history on the aspect. I just talk like an Eastsider. And one big reason I talked in certain ways is because, you have certain circles of, Chicanos, Mexicans. You got certain circles of, the Raza. You got certain circles of Spanish people. And just being from the east side, a lot of other Mexicanos, especially in Denver, like even in my family from the west, they always look down upon how we was east side fools. Like, they always look down upon our swag, how, we're native. We got native in us too. And, we're Spanish and mixed breeds, Puerto Ricans in our family. And we rock braids. A lot of my family rock braids. So a lot of fools that don't know that kind of culture always look down upon us. And we was always fighting amongst our families from other sides of the town. And the way we carried ourselves, how we talked, how we rocked our swag and everything, that separated us and let it be known. This is where we stand. We ain't on no racial aspects, and you ain't gonna do anything about it. Ain't none of you fools gonna take that out of us just because you see stuff in a racial aspect. We gonna continue to rock and say and do what the hell we want. And that kind of separated us with how we carried ourselves from people from other aspects of Denver, people that were on that racial stuff, because there are fools that were hella racist. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we weren't. You know, in the projects where I lived, you had Spanish families and black families. And, you know, some of my closest partners were black. We didn't see racial stuff. Like, we weren't on racial shit at all. And it was the norm, bro. Like, nobody ever educated us how, you know, anybody should be talking. And to be 100%, this is the situation, bro. I never, ever been checked over anything I ever said. And I kind of wish somebody would have sat me down and be like, bro, that's not, you know, those certain words, those are not good. You know what I'm saying? To be talking like that, because to some people, it means a deeper situation. There's a deeper meaning behind it. You know, and maybe because I was hella active, bro, and people already knew my demeanor. You know, but they gave, I guess, in a sense, they gave the leeway. They allowed it. And I thought it was the norm, honestly, to be truthful. So what I got to say is, you have to educate people on what means what, because some individuals, they're just, it's not that they're trying to be something that they're not. Some individuals just think stuff's the norm because stuff is not really, there's not enough knowledge going around. You know what I'm saying? You can't really be mad at an individual if that's their surroundings and they grew up off of that. You know what I'm saying? Now you can always tell when people push it, you know, to 100% full throttle and they try to be something that they're not. You know what I'm saying? And then it gives leeway to people disrespecting. So one last situation I really want to talk about is, so I grew up having my own lingo, that keyway lingo, and talking how I talk. I went to the county, and the first time I really seen how serious it is, and what you can say can get you in trouble, is I was in Adams County, and I was a youngster. You know, I was a baby when I started catching cases, fresh 18s, and you know what I'm saying, like going to adult jails. And I was in Adams County, and I was in a good pod. The homies were deep. You know what I'm saying? The Lokes, OG Lokes was in there. And I could remember one day I came out of my cell and I just heard boom, 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 boom. Somebody was getting beat up. And in them cells, you can always hear when somebody's fighting because it just sounds like people getting slammed. And I was like, what happened? I asked the homie, and he's like, the OG homie from the east side, he had been doing time. You could tell his number was, you know, an older number. He beats the brakes off some younger fool, and they're both, you know, African American. And what it was over is the young fool disrespected the older fool, and he used the N-word and called him that. And the OG was like, hey, bro, out of respect, we don't use that word. That word done kept us down for so long. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to give this youngster educational aspect, and the older gentleman let that fool know he was serious, and that little fool just disrespected him, and he smashed that fool over that word. And my eyes were open how some people really honestly take that word even amongst their own culture, and they take it as disrespect. There's a lot of older black gentlemen that come from the era where, you know what I'm saying, the struggle and it was very serious with the racial aspects. They don't even like that word. You know what I'm saying? So my eyes were kind of open to that word, and how disrespectful it can be. And, you know, I kind of just took it out of my vocabulary all the way around. But that had to be the situation that turned me from not really using that word, because I went from using that word on a daily basis when I was younger. I was around rappers, Crips, Eastsiders, Project Fools. Nobody ever, you know, educated. And seeing that in the county, how, you know, even the older black gentlemen and the older black gentlemen take that word and they're willing to fight over that aspect. So it's a deeper meaning. When I got out, everybody and their mama used that word, bro. Everybody in the rap aspect. And I used to look down upon it because, like, at one time it was, you don't use that word at all if you ain't African American And we basically, that was the aspect that, you know what I'm saying, we used to separate ourselves from fools that were racial, to everybody now using that word. The thing that trips me out is the Sudanos, bro. A lot of Cali Sudanos. And this is a car and an organization that for a long time they were proud Mexicanos. They were proud Raza, bro. They were proud, Chicanos, I mean Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? And the Raza, bro, that the older fools, they definitely were not using that word. But now the youngsters, and it just blows my mind, because a lot of their enemigos, the Northerners, that's how they talk, because they were around that. I just put it out like this, bro. If you're over 40, you should try to change your lingo all the way around. You should try to change how you talk all the way around. Black, white, Mexican, like, it's all about growing, so that's what it is, man. All high salute to everybody. I just thought I had to get that off my mind, man, because that subject right there, bro, it was talked about last night, and I didn't really get to speak on it, but I woke up and I was like, let me talk about this real quick. You know what it is, man.